this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper. We are starting with reviews so people who have things to do. This is a check to see if you're making progress toward that. Before I start that, I see we've got some visitors again from Children's Hospital in Columbus who's doing a research project. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. This is not something that I'm involved in terms of getting any of the information. It's totally voluntary. If you want to participate in it, you can. You get paid to participate. I won't see any of the results until the very end. I won't be by identity, so I won't know, well, you told them this. I only know what the total results are, not what you may have said to them. So if you folks want to introduce yourselves and tell them what your project's about and how they can participate if they wish.
Thanks, Judge Capper. You make my job so much easier
Okay.
every time I come in here. We're from Municipal Children's Hospital. My name is Kat, this is Natalie. We're testing a strategy to prevent fatal and non-fatal overdoses, and we're looking for folks in court systems on probation, in specialized dockets, and on pretrial to help us by filling out surveys. It'll take about 20 to 25 minutes of your time today for about $25. As Judge Capper said, you will get paid for your entire participation, about $340 if you complete the entire study over 2 years. Today is the only time you meet with us in person and the rest is remote, so if you have a phone number and email, you can participate. If you're at all interested, we'll be in the little PO area with the glass windows. You can see if you're eligible or just chat with us and we have snacks. Yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you. Have a good day. It's a good thing to, I mean, you get paid, and the whole idea, they're trying to do a project that's going to reduce the rate of overdose incidents in our state. Our state has a very high incidence of overdoses, so they just collect the data, and then they'll, I assume once the project's finished, I might get to see it then, but I won't be seeing it as it goes along. I won't know what you told me. Okay, so let's start with the reviews. Please call the reviews.
Adam Bailey, Alexis Kane, Jaron Edgington, Skylar Higginbotham, Caleb Meredith, Jacob Miller, Amber Mills.
Adam Bailey. Adam Bailey is not here. 21-859, 2304, 12-480, 12-528, 12-10-16. This will be warrants issued for not appearance. He was at Lawrence County Recovery inpatient. I don't know if he's still there. Alexis Kane. Case number is 23502. She's at Bethesda. Okay. Sounds like we're just getting started, but progress is being made and still things to work on.
She's doing very well, Your Honor.
Very good.
Can you tell me if she has community service or fines that we can get her started on?
I've already done.
You've already done? Never mind.
She's done, I'm showing she still has some community service left to do.
Should have done 5 days for dog pound and then we did double time on.
You think you've done it all?
I do believe I have.
I'll double check on it.
Check with, well, Mr. Major's not here today. I'm showing 2 days. You think you've done more than 2 days?
I've done probably 6 or 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you did, it would go toward your fines. then,
Okay.
too.
Your Honor, I may need proof of that. Her file should be up to date.
Okay, why don't you speak with Mr. Cooper about where did you think you did your community?
The dog pound.
Okay.
Yes, I'll make
Yep.
proof of it.
Okay. Do we have, did you say that? Yes. Yep.
I don't know what turned on, but it's giving us
I'm
feedback.
not sure.
And then we did the double time for community service last week. So, yes, yep.
May 31st will be the next meeting. 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jaren Edgington. Jaren Edgington has not appears, still has things left to do.
Your Honor, here's not a community service manager order to be.
Okay, so there'll be a warrant issued. There should also be a suspension sent in on his license. Skylar Hickenbotham.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is case number 23-936. Okay, and what have you done on your case?
I have my class scheduled for May 16th, and I'm paying all my fees today.
You're paying all your fines today?
Roger.
I'm showing $705.
Yep.
Okay. And you've got community service to do too.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get a commitment for that. So the 27th and the 4th are double credit days, is that right?
27th and 4th.
Yeah. Okay, you can get double credit, this is for everybody, not just you, but you come out on the 27th and 4th, you get 2 days credit for one. So you gotta get this community service done. Give me a date when you're gonna be out.
I work 20 and 10 shifts on the boat, on the river pushing barges. So I'll be back May 10th. I'll leave out tomorrow morning, 4 in the morning. Be gone 20 days. So I'll be back May 10th. I have my class on 16th, and then I head back out on 20th.
Okay, well, you're gonna be here on the 11th, then.
Yep,
That's a Saturday.
that works.
Okay, Mr. Cooper's putting it down for them. All right, so you're gonna be going back, so you're going on right now, on for 20 days.
Yep.
You'll be back on the 10th. I'll set your next hearing for May 13th. You'll be in town then, right?
Yes, sir.
Next review hearing is May 13, and let's see what else. Well, let's see, you're gonna do, where are you doing your 3-day program?
It's going to be in Chillicothe,
Okay, and you're doing that the
16th. 16th to the 19th.
Okay, let's do this, and you're gonna be out on the barge again when?
20.
For 20 days?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna change it then to June 14th. That gives you enough time to finish everything up. If you get that class done, get your community service done, and say you're paying your fines today, then you don't have to come back June 14th. Because this is a hearing to make sure you finish. You get it finished, you don't have to come back.
Sounds like a plan.
June 14th, 9 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Caleb Meredith, 23,540. This is our ODI. You've paid your fines, and you've done 4 days of community service.
Yeah, I actually have, I've done a day up at the dog pound, because I work Saturdays too. So
You did a day where?
over at the dog pound in Arlington.
Okay.
He did come and talk to me about it this morning, Your Honor, told me that he had another day to turn in. I told him that I didn't have proof of it, he said he would get it for me.
Okay, you just need to get that submitted, and I'll see you've done the 3-day school too. Okay, so if you get that filed, then you're going to be finished.
Is there a day, can I do it faxing in today possibly?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and just set provisionally a day for May 31st, but if you get proof in that you finished everything, you don't have to come back. May 31st at 9 o'clock. Jacob Miller is not here. Case number 17-673, 17-905 will be warrants issued for failure to appear. Amber Mills is here. 23-621, 23-556. She's at Bethesda. Okay. It says you're doing well, that you're helping out other folks that are in treatment, and you're looking for a job, right?
She has done exceptionally well. We've had a couple rounds, but I think maybe this time it really kind of took, and it's not even the same person. She's driving now. She's engaged in treatment. She got her case in common pleas dismissed, so she's doing really well.
Great. Do you have any relationship with your dad now, or what's going on with that?
Yeah,
You are back? Because that had been kind of a continuous thing, right?
yes,
And it's working okay now?
yes.
Okay, good.
She graduates in June, Your Honor,
All right, congratulations.
the end of May. Sorry.
We'll set it for May 31st, the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good job. Okay, that finishes the reviews. We're going to start the new cases called arraignment hearings, or if you missed a hearing or have a warrant, you came in on it to get it withdrawn, you'll be in the arraignments. If no one knows you're going to be here, if you missed a hearing before, you may need to go check in with the clerk, otherwise they don't know you're here, so you're not going to be called up until you let the clerk know you've appeared. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right, stand there. I'll go over the charge with you. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, what you say is all on the record. It can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to have bail and to make the state prove charges beyond a reasonable doubt. If you decide you're going to enter a guilty or no contest plea, you're waiving all those rights I just explained. And you shouldn't do that if you don't understand what's happening, if you're confused about it, if you don't know what to do. Not guilty is the safest plea you can enter, and you should enter that plea. Obviously, if you want a trial or talk to a lawyer, enter a not guilty plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Reginald Shearer, case number TRC 24763, A, B, C, and D.
Your Honor, I've been retained on this case. We would waive reading of the complaint.
enter an appearance for you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Not guilty plea entered. It doesn't look like there's been a bond posted, so he can sign a $1,500 signature bond. And as far as hearings, let me...
The first 2 weeks of May are bad, either before that or after the first 2 weeks of May, I'm here. Now, I filed discovery this morning, so if you want to set it,
about the 17th of May.
that works, yes.
May 17th will be the next hearing. Be a pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Responsive to what I filed, I'll have you come in, but you're free to go today.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Garbison, case number TRC 24746, A and B. Joshua Garbison.
Joseph Cole.
All right, Joshua Garbison has been called for. Didn't post a bond, so, and he's from Missouri, so be surprised he's not here today. So let's, I'll do a warrant and there should be a license suspension. Well, actually it'd be a capias for failure here.
State of Ohio versus Angel Whitley, case number CRB 24138.
Ma'am, are you Angel Whitley?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Whitley, have you received a copy of the charge?
Yes, sir.
It's a menacing charge, and it alleges that on March the 7th of this year, you knowingly caused Maggie, Megan, Renee Dillon to believe you would cause physical harm to her person or property. That's a menacing charge. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to
Yes, sir.
represent you? Do you have a job?
No, I'm still in high school.
Okay.
I graduate in May.
Where do you go to school?
Collins,
What's your base school?
Fairland High School.
Okay. Well, let's see. Mr. Stratton. I'm going to appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. He's here, so he'll come in and meet with you. Stratton, this is Angel Whitley. It's a 4th-degree misdemeanor menacing. She's a high school student.
Okay.
So I'd like for you to meet with her today.
You want to do it
Get things started.
All right.
Yeah, I graduate in May, so.
Entering a not guilty plea for her. She can sign a signature bond of $1,000.
This is a case we want to maybe take care of today, Your Honor?
Well, it's possible. You want to meet with her? And
Yeah, she seems,
We can recall it later
Yes.
in the docket. I won't set a hearing date. We'll wait till after you met. You want the clear trial? Okay.
State of Ohio versus Shelley Clay, case number CRB 24162.
Ma'am, are you Shelley Clay?
I am.
Ms. Clay, it's alleged that Fayette Township, March 22nd, 2024, it's alleged you recklessly violated a protection order issued or a consent agreement. That's a 1st-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you understand the rights you have?
I do, Your Honor.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I do.
Do you have a job?
No, I've gotten a job, but I haven't started yet.
What will you be doing?
Instacart, doing Insta shopping, like shopping for people.
Get paid by the hour doing that?
Well, per order, like when you go and shop for people and you can either choose to get daily or weekly.
I have to determine your gross annual income, so can you help me?
I don't have anything at the moment. I don't
When's the
have,
last time you worked?
it's been a little while. My husband was the one that supported our household.
Is he involved in this?
No, not at the moment.
Is he living?
He is. He's actually amended Reed's.
Okay, he's getting treatment right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and appoint you a lawyer then. I'll appoint Roger Smith to represent you. Need Roger Smith to come in the courtroom, please.
He's actually my husband's lawyer.
Oh, okay, well, I'll have to appoint somebody else. Apparently, you represent her husband. Is there-
Jonathan Clay.
Yes.
Is that a conflict?
No, it's not for me at all. Not at
You
all.
are at odds.
No, not at all.
This is something that's been pending for a while.
Right, yeah, it's been pending a while. I don't have any
He's
problem
at
with
Amended
it.
Reed's, she says. So.
Amended Reed's?
Yes, I've met with him.
You don't think there's a conflict there? He's not the victim in this. Or...
No.
I don't think there is, Judge. I will speak with him this morning. If there is, I'll have it recalled and maybe ask for somebody else, but.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint you then. She can sign a $1,000 signature bond. Well, then, I'm looking at the affidavit, it doesn't even tell me that she was ordered to stay away from it. It basically just recites the language of the
No, it's not
statute saying there was one issue, so.
Apparently it was her aunt where they were staying before, Judge. It's not
Okay.
my current client.
Well, if there is a protection order, she has to stay away from that person.
Right, I didn't contact her on this date. I really didn't.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
It says that it won't be a problem, Judge,
Yeah.
staying away from her.
All right, May 17th for this one.
Yes, sir.
May 17th, will be your next hearing. Be a pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Daniel E. Bryson. Case number TRD 21-2208, A and B.
And you're Daniel Bryson?
I am.
All right, Mr. Bryson, it's alleged you failed to appear for a sentencing hearing December the 14th of 2021, and this was on a traffic matter, a speed offense and a driving under suspension. Do you understand the allegation against you?
I do.
And do you understand your rights?
I do.
How do you plead to this?
I like to plead guilty, get it over.
So, it looks like you'd already pled guilty to the speeding and driving under suspension. You were given some time to try to get a license back.
Yeah.
And you didn't appear at the next hearing, is what's alleged. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
And
Yep.
you got arrested on the warrant, you posted a bond.
I did.
Did you spend any time in jail?
Yeah, about 2 days.
Okay.
They told me that I couldn't bail out on it for some reason, that the Ohio State Police didn't list a bond. So I had to wait until the next day and figure out what was going on.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to sentencing on this. And so I'm gonna read the officer's report from the initial incident.
Yep.
And this happened it's allegedly happened on August the 8th, 2021 at 2:06 p.m. in Perry Township. This is Trooper Martin from OSP. He says vehicle is traveling west on US 52 in the left lane at a higher rate of speed. Check the vehicle's speed at 108 miles an hour in a posted 55 zone. After the vehicle passed me, I observed the vehicle brake lights illuminate. The vehicle's speed was then checked at 100 miles an hour. Driver was stopped, found to have a suspended driver's license through Kentucky. Okay. What do you say about this?
I don't say anything to it. I admit to it. I mean, he caught me red-handed. I'm an auto mechanic. I was data logging my car. I built the car. I built a cammed out motor. I was data logging it, and no, there's no excuse for it.
No, there isn't. So-
Yeah, the car was hooked up to the computer. That's, you know what I mean? He's seen all that. It was taking actual readings. I had to send it to my tuner. He needed fuel trims. In order to get fuel trims, it's a 6-speed Camaro, so I had to go full throttle. That's what I was doing. There was no cars. I waited for the light. I turned around, came back in the opposite direction, and I blew by him. I seen him, and I pulled over.
And it's saying you didn't even have a license at the time you were suspended.
Well, I had a Massachusetts license, but it was suspended out of Massachusetts for child support. That's what we were in the process of trying to get it back. I got the lien taken off, but I have a bunch of fines and stuff that I had to pay, so.
Okay, well, on the driving under suspension,
Yep,
because of the circumstances, I'm gonna give you a $500 fine.
okay. Understood.
Order you to pay the court costs. I'm gonna give you 20 days in jail. And I'll suspend 15 and give you credit for 2 you've already served.
So I
I'll
gotta,
set a review hearing for you for October the 18th of '24.
am I going back to jail?
You are.
Okay,
You're going back to jail.
can I plead not guilty? Just because I didn't realize that I was gonna go back. I mean, I got a lot of things going on. I'm on the methadone clinic, I'm clean, like, it's not gonna work out. I honestly, I'll pay the fines and everything like that. I
You don't
didn't.
get to decide what you're saying.
No, I understand. Can I plead not guilty, sir?
I'll let you change your plea
Yes, thank you.
to not guilty. But I'm taking this very seriously.
I understand.
108 miles an hour out there on the highway is not reasonable by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
It
sir.
puts everybody at risk.
Understood.
Okay, do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Not really, no. I'm on disability.
How much do you receive?
I got about $1,000, but after deductions, about $490 a month.
Well, it doesn't matter what the deductions are, it's the gross amount, so
Okay.
you are eligible for court-appointed lawyers. I'll appoint Mr. Steyer. You have a bond up now, so this has changed the circumstances, and Mr. Steyer can explain it to you further. See, before, when you didn't come to court, you had pled guilty, and it was the magistrate. I didn't hear it, you were in traffic court. He gave you a chance to try to get your license reinstated.
That was you.
Come back and show.
I believe that was you.
Reinstated.
Sorry.
Not calling for you to speak.
Understood.
You're just listen.
Okay.
Listen. You didn't show up. So he issued a warrant for you. Well, secret. It goes to the sheriff. Guess what? On a driving under suspension, this sheriff isn't going to send out 6 deputies looking for you on a driving under suspension. Actually, they're going to do nothing. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to look for you. They're just going to put it in the computer, and the next time you have police contact, then you're going to jail. And that's what happened here.
Correct.
So it took a couple of years for that to happen. But now, that's why this has all changed. You have a bond
Okay.
through Mr. Sowers.
Yes.
Do you know Mr. Sowers?
I met him, yes.
Okay. He does a lot of these. So he signed a bond for you for $2,000.
Correct.
So if you don't show up now, he's got to pay the court $2,000. He never pays the court $2,000. You know why?
Because it comes good to.
He's going to come and snag you, and wherever you go, it doesn't matter where, he'll go to the ends of the earth to avoid paying $2,000. There's no place you can go. So you have to come back to court now. You understand that?
I do.
What's your schedule in mid-May, Mr. Steyer?
I have a jury trial on the 17th, but I am otherwise relatively
20th?
free.
May
I'm on the docket already.
May 20 will be the pretrial, and that'll be at 10 o'clock. The bond is continued that was posted. Not guilty pleas and
State of Ohio versus Rainey Tommy, case number CRA 24191, Rainey Tommy.
And you are Rainey Tawney.
I am.
Ms. Tawney, it's alleged that at Fayette Township on March 22nd of this year, you knowingly obtained, possessed, or used methamphetamine, a Schedule II substance. That's a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
You had the money to hire a lawyer.
No.
And I know you're at the counseling center, so you don't have any income, right?
Right.
Let's go back to Mr. Stratton. Mr. Stratton, I'm going to appoint you to represent Rainey Tawney. She's at the counseling center now.
Hi, Annie.
Hi.
So now I have a report that's going in the file from the counseling center. She's in inpatient treatment.
Okay.
Well, she's been at Foundation since are you still at Foundation?
Yeah, but I'll go to Stepping Stones next week.
Okay. Well, let me just say this, because you were here before, so I've seen you. You look 100% better already.
Thanks.
You look amazing compared to the way you looked the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, so I think you're doing the right thing.
No.
So I want to support you on that.
All right, thank you.
What's the charge there, Your Honor?
Possession of methamphetamine. Okay, so I'm going to set bond at $2,000 signature bond with the condition that you stay at the counseling center. The Foundation is really a part of the counseling center, I believe. So
It is. Yes, Your Honor.
So you stay under their supervision and treatment, and that will include stepping stones.
Okay.
And Mr. Stratton's going to be your lawyer. I feel like I'm pretty safe on saying this, and I swore off that I would never ask this question again, so I got burned on twice before, but I think I know. What's your due date?
May 13th.
Okay. Because I've done that twice for the first day. I'm not pregnant. And I swore I would never ask that question. But I think I knew from before that you were pregnant, so.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was safe asking that question. So she's probably going to get an SOMC for that, or how's that going to work out?
Yeah. Right.
I've already had,
That's what I'm for.
yeah, I've already had appointments and stuff, so I'm set to be induced May 13th.
Oh, so it's going to happen that day?
Yeah.
Dr. Roberts.
Or
Dr. Roberts.
Dr. who?
Dr. Roberts or Dr. Roberts?
You know what, I've sent them in.
Okay. It's one of them.
Okay. Why don't we come back May 6th?
It starts with
May
a K.
6th. then,
Okay.
just to see how you're doing. And is there a time waiver? And, well, we need to get the prosecutor out here. I'm just assuming we're going to keep it here, but I need him to say that. We're going to keep it in this court. Yeah.
What's that mean?
That's what you want.
It doesn't mean a felony court, it states here.
Okay.
Complete treatment or eventually will be reduced for dismissal.
Yeah, everything will be is discretion. Like that's what we want.
Can you look it up and see?
Is that the crosswalk?
July 1st, but
Just change it to May 6th.
We signed the time waiver, Your Honor.
Okay. I just want to get the state on board that they're willing to keep it here in this court. He's looking for Mr. Fields. Field, this is Randy Tawney. She's charged with a 5th-degree felony possession of methamphetamine. She's already at Foundations, about to finish that up. We'll be going to Stepping Stones at the Counseling Center. And I'm assuming from past practices that the state is willing to keep it in this court and let her go to treatment.
We are willing to do that today, Your Honor, and we'll need to look more closely to see if we want to keep it here or whether we're eventually going to need to transfer it down to common pleas court. But for now, we're okay with that, just leaving it here.
Yes.
All right, and there's a time waiver
There
to
is,
the next hearing, which is May the 6th for preliminary hearing. She had a prior case that I'd set for review on July 1st, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to move it, and I'll point you on that. She's already, it was a shoplifting, I believe, shoplifting charge. She's already pled guilty to that. I'm going to point you just to handle the follow-up on it.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it'll be moved to that day also, May the 6th at 10 o'clock. Okay.
Your Honor, what's your case number?
This is 24-191.
Thank you.
I was really concerned about you. I've followed, there was a lot of posts about you on Facebook and so forth, so I'm so glad you came in.
Thanks.
She came in and turned herself in to start treatment. She did. So you did the right thing, and I can already see a big difference in you.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
State of Ohio recalls Angel Whitley, case number CRB 24-138.
All right, this is Mr. Stratton's case. You had a chance to talk to Ms. Whitley. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Stratton?
Your Honor, I think that we need to probably set this for a pretrial. Yeah, I believe we could resolve it, but I think we'd probably have to require notification of the alleged victim in the case.
You want to, since she's a student, I mean, I can set, it have to come back fairly quick if you don't waive time, or if you want to waive time, I can set it for a time after school's out.
Well, Your Honor, so this is incident with
Another student?
Another student who no longer attends that school. So there's no issue there. We could set it after that. We waive time, so.
So it's my understanding the last day of school is going to be May 22nd.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think. I know I graduate May 16th.
Oh, so you're graduating. Will you do the one at Fairlawn also, or?
Yes.
That's the 24th, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to come back either the 28th or 31st?
Either one is fine, Your Honor.
28th is a Tuesday because Memorial Day is 27th.
That's fine.
27th is good?
Do I need to write this down?
Or 28th, I mean 28th.
28th is good, yes.
28th.
That Tuesday is good.
May 28th will be the next hearing with the time waiver, pre-trial. May 28th, 10 o'clock.
Did you set a bond in that case, Your Honor?
She can, yeah, $1,000 signature.
Okay.
She's already signed it.
Okay, yes.
State of Ohio versus Michael Cremades, case number CRB 22655.
Okay, I think this was Mr. Smith's case, Roger Smith's case, so we need Roger in the courtroom, please. URT was involved.
We became involved last night, Your Honor.
Okay. Detective Lane was called involved, which is fine.
Yes.
Who is this? Joseph Cruz.
Mine going to be dismissed at one point, payment of costs, and he never appeared on December the 1st. Well, then there was an order to pay costs.
Judge, it looks like, I don't know if it's hit the file yet, dated today, $260 paid, shows a balance due of 0. I'll show the prosecutor. Oh, it looks like to me.
Well, it's also my understanding from Detective Lehman that there could be, from the circumstances that occurred last night, there could be a felony charge filed, but they're willing to divert it to some sort of deferral if he will go to treatment in lieu of getting the charge filed. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
I think we're waiting to find out for sure what's going on and then make a decision from there.
okay. So there still could be charges. So there's possibly could be charges filed.
I'm familiar and speak with Megan what the possible charge would be. I've not spoken with my client about it yet. Just whispered to him, he wasn't aware of it, but.
Is he, well, I guess the bottom line is he willing to stay in treatment at the current time? Or?
Apparently where'd you go to treatment last
I went
night?
to OVP last night.
Yeah, I knew that.
And stay?
Are you willing to stay there?
You're going to stay, that's the question.
Yeah.
Are you
You stay.
He's inpatient, he says he is willing to stay, Judge.
All right.
Then we can
So
sort
the case
this out
here would
now.
be, unless the state, I don't think the state's going to.
We're okay with that, Your Honor.
Okay, case here is dismissed.
Thank you, Judge. This case is dismissed. I'll tell you about the other. I'll get some more information. You're okay.
I need to come out.
No, you keep that receipt, you're good. This case dismissed. Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Marshall Fitzwater, case number CRB 24211.
Sir, you, Marshall Fitzwater.
Yep.
Mr. Fitzwater, it's alleged April 17th of this year, you did risk physical harm to a person without the right to do so, move, deface, damage, destroy, excuse me, otherwise improperly tamper with the property of Amber Nicole Adams. So the charging issue is criminal mischief. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yep.
Do you understand your rights?
Yep.
How do you plead to the charge?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Nope.
Are you hiring a lawyer?
Nope.
You going to represent yourself?
Yep.
Okay, I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. What's the state's position on bond?
State's not opposed to an OR bond, Your Honor, but this is one that will need to be set fairly soon.
Okay, are you asking for a protection order?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. I'll let you sign a $1,500 signature bond. Yeah, $1,500 signature bond means you're promising to come to court as ordered. You'll pay the $1,500 if you don't show up, plus you get a warrant. So I'm going to set it for a pretrial, at which you're welcome to have a lawyer. You don't have to, that's your call.
Your Honor, I was thinking this was not I didn't think it was a first-degree misdemeanor.
It is.
So time is not quite as urgent.
Okay. Do you have a preference then, Mr. Fitzwater, as to when to come back to court? Are you working?
Yep.
What's your work schedule? Mondays and Fridays or the court days? Is there a day of the week that's better? One of those days?
It has to be on a Monday.
Mondays are better?
Yep.
Let's make it May the 6th then. May 6th will be your next hearing, and that's going to be a pretrial at 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Andy Chapman Jr., case number CRB 24-213.
Yeah.
And you're Andy Lee Chapman Jr.?
Yeah.
Mr. Chapman, it's alleged on April the 15th, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Alexis C. Ross. The charge against you is assault. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work at McDonald's right now.
Paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much do you get per hour?
12.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Morford. Need Mr. Morford. Need Mr. Morford in the courtroom?
He's back in the prosecutor's office.
Okay.
He said if we needed him, that's where he'd be.
Mr. Morford, this is Andy Chapman Jr. He has an assault charge. I'm appointing you to represent him.
Like, from the same council. Are we going to fight?
I'm looking at May 20th or after for hearings.
Want to do it 20th, Judge?
May 20th. May 20th will be the next hearing for pretrial, 10 o'clock. Not guilty plea is entered.
I ask for protection order, Your Honor.
Yes. I'm going to order, is there any problem with you staying away from Alexis Rice?
No.
Okay, your order to stay away from her, don't contact her, don't text her, don't post stuff about her. He has a bond up. Yeah, he has a bond up, so it's continuing.
Butch. What's the next date, Your Honor?
May 20th.
Right here? On the top?
Okay, we'll do that outside. If we sign this here and here, and we'll sign that outside. We're not holding that to court.
And this one down here, sir?
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Felicia R. Haku.
This is Mr. Stratton's case.
Your Honor,
No, we're pretrial, I'm sorry.
Starting pretrial.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes. Chambers on later? Yeah. Okay. This case will be recalled later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Colleen L. Bryant. Case number CRB 23657.
Mr. Stratton's case, pretrial.
Your Honor, she's, I think, just had a juvenile case.
She's been at hometown.
Yeah. It's doing very well, I hear.
Yes.
July is when you graduate. Oh, wow. Okay. Did you get a judge copy of this? Okay.
Okay, she's doing well, it looks like.
And she looks like she's gonna get the boys back, right? In July, so.
I'm sorry.
She's on track to get her kids back in July.
Okay,
so,
great.
So.
Is she still outpatient now?
She's inpatient.
Inpatient now, okay. So the case involving your kids, is that here in Morris County?
It is.
Okay. In the juvenile court?
Yep, she just had a hearing yesterday. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the date you said that was gonna happen?
July 18th is my next court date.
Oh, so you're getting your kids back next month?
July.
Oh, in July, okay, the next hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's maybe go out 6 weeks or so. here.
Okay.
So that, maybe the 1st of June sometime?
Yeah, anytime in June is good, Your Honor.
June 3rd?
Yes. June 10th.
Next hearing will be June 3rd, 10 o'clock. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Josh. Yeah. I've got, it'll be about. Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Fletcher, case number CRB 23705.
So I finally got restitution. Okay. Just want to do this number. And I think it's.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Right now, 600, 700. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. He still has to. Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes. Got that. Any reduced on the church? Any idea how much it is? May 20th. May 20th, Mr. Shredder.
That's a bad day. That week's bad.
17th.
Yes.
Your Honor, that's a day I'm not going to be here. I think
Okay, 24th.
I think that's Friday, right, Your Honor?
It is.
Yes, that's fine.
May 24th will be the next hearing. 10 o'clock.
Yes, give me a second. Go outside. 24. Hang out outside, I'll be right back. I got a couple other things to do, then I'll be out.
State of Ohio versus James A. Kelly Jr., case number CRD 24152, A and B. James A. Kelly Jr.
Mr. Stratton's case set for pre-trial.
Just a second, Your Honor. I believe it's outside.
he is here. It's too bad. That's the reason why I'm seeking conviction.
Is that what the victim wants?
Yes.
Your Honor, we'll just set this for trial.
Okay. Do you have a preference for a date?
No preference. Any time, Your Honor, except the week of, except May 20th. That's, of course.
Is there any time constraints, issues?
There haven't been up to this point. I think that the request for trial would total the time until the court sets the trial, but we would want a written time waiver.
Well, I'm not sure that's correct. We got the Steyer rule. Is he over there?
He's there.
I think he can tell you. Even though if you agree to it on the record, that's not a waiver.
Well, then I guess we'd have to have the trial really soon. I mean, it's an effort.
Or an agreement or waiver.
Or waiver.
You can't just agree, you gotta agree and waive.
Your Honor, I mean, what's the court schedule for a trial? What's the thing?
Well, if you're not gonna waive, I'll set up like Monday. That's one way to get a waiver.
We'll waive. We'll waive.
I have tricks too. If I know what the game is.
Your Honor, we also, if you'll set out.
But you got some dates where you're not available, right?
Yeah, May the 20th, that's very important. Your Honor, we also talk about whether we want a jury, we might just want to trial to the court on this.
Okay. Well, that's important. We need to know. If we're going to have a jury trial, we got to find a date that's clear.
Yeah, well, we'll make a decision next week, Your Honor.
Well, why don't we come back for a pretrial pretty quick then, so you can talk
Yes.
about that and we can decide. Might as well make it, why don't we make it the 26th, because I'm not going to be here. You can tell Judge Permees whether you want a jury trial or not.
Make the trial the 26th?
No, it won't be a trial the 26th, but you can just tell him.
Oh, okay.
Pre-trial, because you said you wanted some time to think about
Yes,
whether you
yes.
wanted a jury trial.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That would be the only thing. So I'll just set it for the 26th for a pre-trial.
Okay, all right. That's good, Your Honor.
Okay, April 26th will be the next hearing, pre-trial.
I believe that's probably a Friday.
It is Friday.
Yes.
1 week from today.
There you go, May 26th. You mean April 26th?
April 26th.
Okay. Your Honor, I was stuck on May. I don't think it's April 26th. All right, good. Here's Sean. Just a second.
State of Ohio versus Stacy Plummer, case number CRV 2489.
Just 1 second. Your Honor, we received a video in this case, and it didn't work, and we just received the new one today. So, I'd like to at least take a look at that video, and then make a decision on the case. So we can come back relatively soon.
Okay, this is an M1. We got some time.
Right. And we've got time waiver on this case. So.
Okay. So we're looking at May.
Yes.
May 24th?
Yes, sir.
Pre-trial, May 24th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll take a look at that video.
State of Ohio versus Joseph W. Rice, case number CRV 2426.
Mr. Stratton's case, after trial, Mr. Rice is at Bethesda.
I don't have a written report, but Mr. Rice has been engaged in treatment. He's been to several of my groups in the afternoon. He's shared, so we've had tremendous improvement since the last time we've been here.
Very good.
Okay. Do you know when he's going to?
It's going to be a minute.
It's going to be a minute. Okay.
Yeah, he's not ready to graduate yet, but we're progressing.
Yes.
Is he outpatient, inpatient?
He's outpatient currently.
Yeah, we'll just continue it, maybe a month or so, Your Honor, and maybe a little more.
That May 24th date?
Yes.
State of Ohio
Thank
versus
you, Your Honor.
Terry S. Schaefer, case number CRV 24145.
Mr. Stratton's case, pre-trial.
Okay, sir.
Your Honor, we'll just set this for another pretrial. I've got all the discovery in the case now, so.
May 24th?
Yes. Yes.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Colbert, case number CRB 23767.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Arraignments case, pretrial.
Your Honor, this is a theft. Today we'll plead guilty to the theft. That's just for suspended time. I think I know the court's typical behavior on the plea, so.
Is that correct, Ms. Tolbert? You wish to change your plea to guilty?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to order that you submit it to the urine screen before I sentence you. So go out to the lobby. Mr. Cooper will show you where to go to. Get that done. You'll come back after I get the results. And
Okay.
then I'll sentence you.
Just go.
Your Honor, I'm not sure we want to speak to about that. Listen to that.
Okay. Well, it'll be a little while.
State of Ohio recalls Andy Chapman Jr. Case number TRC 24780.
Okay. This is Mr. Warford. I appointed you on this. There's been an additional charge that's been filed. Are you aware of the TRC case number?
He advised me that he had received the OBI. I have not seen it, Judge.
Do you want me to read that into the record?
We'd waive reading.
Okay. That's the only traffic charge is an OBI with a breath test of 117.
117.
So I'll enter a not guilty plea on it as well. We'll keep the same pretrial date of May 20th at 10 a.m. He is under an automatic license suspension.
You understand you can't drive? Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Austin Richard. Case number CRA 181233 A and B, CRB 181234 A and B, PRC 182525 A and B.
All right, this was set for a review hearing at some point. Let's see. Or sentencing. Actually, I think it was set for a sentencing because you've got a bond up now, correct? And Mr. Sowers must have got after you to come in.
I called him. I realized I missed the court date, and I called him and told him I'd be in here Friday.
Oh, it was April the 15th is when you
Monday.
were supposed to be here.
Yep.
And I think you did come in that day. It was late though, correct?
No,
Okay.
no, I didn't come in that day.
Do you have a payment to make on your fines today?
Yeah, 40.
All right, see the clerk, make your payment. And I'll set your next hearing. And there'll be a sentencing hearing. May the 13th. And we're going to need a new file folder. May 13th is your next sentencing hearing.
Thank you, sir.
See the clerk.
State of Ohio versus Destiny D. Anderson, case number TRC 231701 A and B.
Mr. Smith's case, recall on motion.
Judge, I had filed the motion to set for pretrial as you indicated. Mr. Hill needed a little additional time to look at the motion. I don't oppose that. My client doesn't oppose that. I'm here next Friday. I don't know what the docket's like next Friday, Judge, but we're okay with it.
I don't really care.
Oh, that's the 26th, yes, next Friday, Judge, thank you.
April 26th will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock. Pretrial motion.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Balco, case number TRC 24144, A and B.
She's on teleconference.
26, 1 week. 26.
Start for pretrial.
Your Honor, Ms. Balco was not able to be here today in person. She has, I advised that she should get onto the video call rather than simply not appearing.
She is here on teleconference.
At this point, Your Honor, the state and I are continuing discussions on the case. We're not really ready to actually wrap the thing up, but we'd like to get another date. I don't know what sort of time frame you're setting things right now.
This is a case that arose in January.
Yeah.
We've had several pretrials, so
We need to get this one wrapped up, I recognize, Your Honor.
we did.
I'm available any of the upcoming court dates except the 6th. No, actually, I say I'm available. Well, no, the 6th and the 17th of May. Other than that, I'm basically available. Is Monday or Friday better for you, Ms. Balco? I couldn't hear you, I apologize.
Fridays, you said.
Fridays. Then I would ask we set this on a Friday upcoming that the court has a decent docket.
I'll set it for May 17th, and she needs to be here in person.
Please attend in person, ma'am.
May 17th, 10 o'clock, is the next hearing.
State of Ohio versus Sierra D. Newsom, case number CRB 24112. Sierra Newsom.
Ms. Newsom likewise was unable to be here in person today, and I suggested she attend via video, which it looks like she's on there.
Okay, she did unmute, set for pretrial. What can we accomplish today?
We need to set another date, Your Honor, is basically where we are on this one. This is a situation where I'm going to need to have her in here and see if we can get this thing worked out.
Okay, so she needs, I've got a Huntington address for her.
Yeah, she has difficulty with, she both has difficulty with transportation, and apparently one of her children has a virus today that she was concerned about that as well. But we need to get her a date when she can actually be here. And again, I'm going to ask, I know you have difficulty with transportation. Is Monday or Friday better for you, ma'am?
Friday would be good, but like I said, transportation, I don't have a car.
Well, we're going to give you a date a couple weeks out, and we're going to ask that you please make arrangements now to have transportation that day.
Okay.
Do you live at 1016 11th Street?
Yes.
You could walk. That's not that far. That's pretty close to here.
When you have bad knees, you can't walk nowhere.
What?
When you have bad knees, you can't walk nowhere.
Well, you've got to get here. I mean, allegedly you were at the Walmart in South Point when this happened, and that's a lot further from where you live than the court. So you're going to have to get here, or I'm just going to issue a warrant for you.
And I would just stick with that day on the 17th.
May 17th will be the next hearing. Required to be in person.
State of Ohio versus Alina Pennington, case number CRA 24180, CRB 24181, TRC 161593, A through C.
This is Mr. Stiers' case. She's at the counseling center.
Your Honor, can I?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this matter is one that we've got Miss Pennington connected with the counseling center. Did you get an entry?
I have the report.
Or the letter, okay.
Foundations.
I had two here, so I wasn't sure if one got to you or not.
She's completed foundation. She's at our Lawrence County Bridges location now.
In Arraignments.
Yes.
Okay. Big improvement in the way you look. When you first came in here, how do you feel?
Great.
Good.
This is a case that we believe might be appropriate for QRT deflection, but we haven't had an opportunity to have her speak to Ms. Dalrymple yet. So at this point, what I'd like to do, I assume the state and the court would still probably prefer to follow treatment a little longer than today anyway.
Well, I don't think I would agree to it.
Well, then that changes the tenor.
reason. She had an OBI back in 2016. She didn't finish that. So I don't think you should be eligible for deflection if you got outstanding other criminal cases you never completed. I think she needs to stay involved with the court.
Well, in that case, then, Your Honor, I would assume we still want to come back another date. So I would just leave to the court when that would be.
And there's also the misdemeanor theft pending that we'll want action taken on that too.
Right. Do you mind if I get discovery on there and look at it?
That's fine.
Okay. I don't normally file discovery on that because there's the felony charge pending, but I'm going to take a look at discovery and take a look at that and we'll figure that out as well.
Okay. May 17th or after?
Let's just go and stick with that 17th date, Your Honor.
May 17th. What she has on that 2016 OVI, she did her community service. She didn't finish paying her fines.
Is there an amount that's left at this time, Your Honor?
$960.
So significant.
Yeah.
Stick right
It
on.
must have been a multi-level offense. I'm not looking at the judgment entry, but from some of what was required, I would say it was not a first offense. Okay, so both cases, May 17th, pretrial and review on the old case, and preliminary hearing and pretrial on the 24 cases.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan T. Register, case number CRB 24159, A and B.
Your Honor, Mr. Register contacted me this morning reporting that he was suffering from a retinal burn. I asked him to provide me with medical documentation. He has sent me a doctor's note excusing him from work or other activities from the 18th to the 21st. Now, he doesn't specify this on the paperwork that he's provided me, but he also indicated that he's basically under doctor's orders to remain in a darkened room through that time frame. So I don't think his attendance here would be practical, and because of the issue with the darkened room, I didn't feel it would be a good idea to have him stare at the phone screen. So I didn't advise him to get onto the Zoom call. And if that was overstepping, I apologize. But under the circumstances, that just seemed the appropriate thing to do. So I'm going to seek a continuance. The doctor's note clears on the 21st. I don't know if you want to go a little further than that just for court's convenience, or if you want to set it as soon after the 21st as possible. But either way is fine with me.
What's the state's position? He has a bond up, so he's not getting away.
Those eclipse glasses were everywhere.
Well, it doesn't say that's what happened, but I hear retinal burn right now. That's where my mind goes.
We're not opposed to continuance.
So I'm not too worried about getting him here because he has a bond with Mr. Sowers. So.
Yeah. So just a date that the court deems appropriate then, Your Honor.
May the 6th.
I have a jury trial scheduled on the 6th. I'm here the 10th and the 3rd.
I think we have a jury trial now.
On which of those days?
One went out and one came in.
That's going to be resolved.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. That was the one with Mr. McCown, I believe. Yeah.
No, I don't think it was. The original one was Mr. Eachus, and then...
That got continued, and I
Yeah.
think we slipped Mr. McCown in.
Maybe, but it was a domestic violence type case, I think, or it wasn't an OVI.
It was an issue, it was one that, it was at Fairland School, the guy showing up, or, he said he was not supposed to be visiting his kids at school, but he said he was coming to visit his niece and nephew at school.
Violation of protection order.
Yeah.
Well, we've
That's resolved too?
That's going to be resolved, yes.
Okay, so May the 10th then is better. Is that okay with you, Mr.?
That day works, Your Honor.
May 10th. 10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Joseph D. Whaley, case number CRB 23-419, CRB 23-521 A and B, CRB 17-170, CRB 17-133.
That's a lot of files. Joseph Whaley.
Your Honor, Mr. Whaley contacted me this morning. He advised that he was on his way to, I'm not sure, to a doctor's office or to a hospital or urgent care related to what he believed was some sort of virus. I advised that I would seek a continuance, and that in the event that that in either event, whether this continuance is granted or not, he needs to bring medical documentation when he comes back, and that if the continuance isn't set or isn't granted, that he'd had 7 days to get in here before a warrant went out.
Mr. Hill.
That's what we would prefer, Your Honor, a bench warrant, 7 days.
He's got 7 days to get here before a warrant was issued.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Brittany Tolbert, case number CRB 23767. It's Mr. Stratton's case.
And you have a prescription for Sean Woods.
My Ativan.
We need Mr. Stratton in the courtroom. Is Mr. Stratton in there? Or?
He's not, Your Honor.
There he comes. Okay.
Your Honor,
It's an acceptable screen.
Yeah, she has.
Okay, and this is, Candy Green is the complaining party on this, and she's here. So why don't you come up, and before, I didn't realize this was on the docket today. Come on, if you want to come up on the prosecutor's side, Ms. Green. Dr. Prosecutor. And before we proceed, I have represented Ms. Green and currently am still representing her in matters as a private attorney. So I didn't know this case was on the docket today, that she was going to be here. So I want to put that out there, and I can recuse myself if it's...
We're not concerned. Oh, well, you represented this.
Her, yes,
Oh, okay.
I represent Ms. Green.
Well, we're especially not concerned.
Yes. Mr. Stratton, do you want to talk to your client about it? I don't know, is there a recommended sentence here? Or?
Well,
I think it's just suspended time, Your Honor. So
this happened at Walmart, but
it's not a Walmart theft.
It's not a Walmart theft, and Ms. Green is here. She was the one that lost the $100, and we're expecting restitution on that. And yeah, we would want the restitution of $100 paid first thing.
I can pay it today.
She can pay it today, Your Honor.
And other than that,
Today's pretty...
I can pay it today. I work at St. Mary's.
And then we
Now, my wife likes things done yesterday, so...
We'd ask for some community service and suspended jail sentence.
It's true.
Your Honor, we'll waive any conflict. We have no problem with any conflict. We'll waive that.
I'm going to order what's being recommended anyway.
Yeah.
right, Ms. Green, anything you want to say?
It did bother me that she did, because I know her. That really did bother me, but it's being handled now.
Okay. Ms. Tolbert, anything you wish to say?
Nope.
Okay. Mr. Shrek?
Your Honor, just ask that you follow recommendation.
All right, I'll impose a $100 fine, or the cost be paid, 10 days in jail, all suspended. Restitution of $100 to be paid today. And normally when restitution is paid to the clerk then transfers it to the complaining party. Do we want to do it that way, or is this going to be cash? How's she going to pay it?
I have a card. I can go to an ATM and get cash if I need to.
Mr. Hill, do you have any?
As long as it gets done today, I think you'd rather have a $100 bill, wouldn't you? That's what it was that came out of the machine, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, we'd like to do it that way.
Okay, well, we'll change it up then. I'll allow it to be cash. Just give the cash to the clerk, and the clerk will transfer the cash to Ms. Green if she wants to. Hopefully you can get this done today. You can go do that this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll do level 5 probation, which just means non-reporting, to pay your fine court costs and give you a review hearing date October the 18th. If it's paid, you don't have to come back. She'll need
So
to
no
check in with
community
Mr.
service or nothing like that?
No community
Just
service.
probation? Okay.
Yeah. Mhm. So go to probation and then go get
She's
money.
going to talk about, Mr. Major's not here, she'll need to talk to Mr. Cooper.
Oh, okay.
She could probably go ahead and go get the cash, and then I'll do it when she gets back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Fair point.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cameron Porter, case number CRA 24195. Your Honor, this is an expedition to Kentucky, and he has been picked up.
All right, let's set this just to ensure that Mr. Porter got picked up by Kentucky authorities. He has been picked up, so the case here is dismissed.
I remember her name.
State of Ohio versus Nakia German, case number CRB 24144. Mr. Morford's case.
Mr. Nick? Okay, Mr. Morford is listed as counsel on this. This is set for a pretrial today.
This is a cross.
And Ms. Baku has a case today. This is Mr. Stratton, is her lawyer. I don't know if these two cases have anything to do with each other.
That was recalled earlier.
We're going to talk about, he wanted to talk about it in chambers.
Who's the attorney?
Stratton, probably need him in the courtroom. She just left and went outside.
She had to find him.
Your Honor.
Yes.
This was a case we will discuss in chambers.
Yes, so this is a part of it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll see lawyers in chambers at some point to talk about both these cases.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Mark Jude, case number CRB 24142.
This is Mr. Morford's case, pretrial.
Okay, it's Butch's case. That's you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's different.
Okay. The two Judes on the docket, I just realized that, that's the confusion.
This is Mr. Moore.
Yes, mine should be in the Lawrence County
I think
Jail.
he's in jail.
Yes, I spoke to him in jail earlier.
That's fine, you won't be. We're gonna have to change the plea, Judge.
And what please, Mr.
Guilty?
Guilty?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Is that correct, Mr. Jude?
Yes, sir.
All right, standard procedure on these is to do urine screens. I've been wrong, I don't think we're gonna have to find something on you, but I've been wrong before. So go do the urine screen, come back.
State of Ohio versus Barbara R. Lawson, case number CRB 22709.
It's Mr. Morgan's case. This is a pretrial review. And she was at OBP recently.
I have a report for you, Judge.
Very good report. Good job. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Morgan?
Judge, I don't know if Mr. Hill is satisfied with her progress. I know that she's made outstanding progress once we got started. Yes, you're taking the words right
We're doing really well, and we've relocated, so we're doing even better to get out of the bad situation together.
How does the state want to proceed?
Well, it appears that Ms. Lawson is doing very well in treatment. I was just going over the history of this, and it does go back a long way, but there's a reason why it went back a long way, because she's had
some issues, yeah.
restarts. And for her benefit, I think that the case should be followed a little bit longer. She's got more time to do in treatment before she's done, so we'd like to see it go forward a little bit longer.
Okay.
Where'd they relocate to?
Here in South Point on North Canova Road with my mother-in-law.
Okay, that's good.
You're living in South Point now?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to continue at OVP?
Yeah.
And you're doing outpatient in Huntington?
Yes, they provide transportation. They come and get me every week.
Okay, good. Let's go into June. June 7th.
9 or 10.
10.
I'm here then, Judge.
June 7th, continue with your treatment OVP. See you then, June 7th at 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Christopher W. Roadcap, case number CRB 2420, CRB 23646, RC 211172, A, B, and C.
Mr. Morford's case, pretrial.
Who is this? Isn't that a special prosecutor?
Is this a special prosecutor? Is this Mr. Ashworth on this?
I believe so.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I got a text from him just a few minutes ago that his mother had a medical emergency, that pretty serious one. So he's at St. Mary's Medical Center at this time, so told him I would continue the case.
When we get Molly today? No, because there's a special
So
prosecutor.
Mr. Redcap gets to pick the next hearing date within reason, since he was here about 10.
I don't, the sooner the better. I just like to get that, I'd like to have this monitor took off. I can't work, nobody will hire me. There's this monitor on.
Okay, we can come back pretty quick.
I lost a job about 4 months ago because of this monitor.
Right after 26. Next week, next Friday. April 26th, next Friday.
I'm here then, Judge.
Okay, I'll put it on the docket for April 26th, subject to, of course, Mr. Ashworth doesn't know that date. I don't know if that'll work for him. If it, stay in touch with Mr. Morford. We may have to, depending on what his availability is. So, I'll set it at this point at April 26th at 10 o'clock.
Okay. At 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Mark Jude, case number CRB 24142.
Okay, Mr. Jude had a good screen, negative on all fronts. Do you have anything you want to tell me, sir, before I sentence you?
Well, I know it was an honest mistake on my part, and I was glad, I told him, I said, I was glad to go back and pay it. And, you know, I got a lot on my plate. I had somebody steal my identity, and I'm going through that.
Well, let me just explain to you, I don't know, make sure you understand. Staff, there's different types of offenses in this, without going to law school. There are some offenses that are specific intent. What that means is you have to have a certain type of intent when you do the actions that lead to the charge.
Yes, sir.
Theft is a specific intent offense. You have to intend to take the property against the will of the owner. If you mistakenly walk out with something or forget to pay for something, that's not theft. You're going down the highway and you're going 85 and you thought, oh, I think I'm going 55, I was negligent, I didn't look at my didn't look at my speedometer. That's still a violation. You don't have to intend to speed. You just have to speed because it's a safety statute. But theft is not like that. The state would have to prove you intended to take this stuff against the will of Walmart. Now, you just said it was a mistake on your part. So, and if you enter a guilty plea, you're saying, I admit I took this against the will of Walmart without their consent. That's what a guilty plea means to a theft offense. So, do you want to enter a guilty plea, or do you want to change your plea back to not guilty?
Would you recall, Judge?
Okay, why don't you all talk about it? Because a mistake is not theft.
State of Ohio versus KCA Burton, case number CRB 24-129.
Mr. Morford's case set for pretrial. We moved this up due to some business things the defendant was wanting to take care of.
Yes, Judge, she actually has a co-defendant called Kelsey Burton.
State of Ohio versus Kelsey T. Wolf Gibson.
Gibson, yes.
Case number CRB 24-128.
And you're representing both?
I am, Judge.
Remember we discussed they waived any potential conflict?
I had a lengthy discussion with them about that because I'm sort of aware of the pitfalls of that, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting myself into any trouble.
Okay, I've looked at it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You're going to plead. You will be dismissed. Judge, I believe we have a resolution to present to you, and this case, I agreed to take this case based upon what you just discussed in the previous case, mens rea. The proposal that we have for you is Kelsey's case would be nollied. Casey Burton is going to change her plea, Judge, to a plea of guilty.
Okay, so that's between the two of them. She's going to say she is the one that intended to take things.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Wolf Gibson had no knowledge. Correct.
No,
The
Judge.
state's agreeing with that?
The state has reviewed the video and believes that's a plausible explanation based on what it shows in the video, so we're in agreement with that.
All right, so on Wolf Gibson, that matter is nollied.
And are you going to order a drug test before you accept her plea, Judge?
I will.
Okay.
Ms. Burton, you're changing your plea to guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll order you to take the urine screen, then I'll do the sentencing after we get the results of that.
Okay. Is it on this side?
You go out in the lobby and I'll show you where to go to get it done.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
We're ready to go to Orange County Jail.
Okay, we have, well, that doesn't mean they're ready.
That doesn't mean they're ready.
Well, you can call them, and if they're not ready, let's come back and do some things.
State of Ohio versus Shauna Colson at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24202.
Any Tyler Smith? Okay, here is Shauna Colson is appearing by teleconference.
Hello, Your Honor, this is Theo Dan.
Ms. Colson, your attorney, Mr. Smith, is in the courtroom.
Good morning, Madam Attorney Smith? That's his name is Smith.
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, I have a mile per hour ticket that was supposed to be left out, $1,500 bond, $150 bill. And that's certainly with a new charge, my understanding, how do you proceed, attorney?
Just a
Because, I didn't leave a call.
just a second, please.
Do a misdemeanor.
Your Honor, I made, I just got a new offer, how to handle this case.
Talk here.
Talk to her, and we may have this resolved.
All right, Ms. Colson, your lawyer's going to call down and talk to you, and then you'll come back on teleconference. I'll see you after you talk to Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Michael A. Jude. Case number CRA 24-198, A, B, and C.
And this is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. I've been in contact with Mr., oh, he's not in the chair yet. Guess I should wait.
Brooklyn Badgett.
He's the one I was trying to take precedence for. He's the man. He's doing a war bond away. Hooked up, I think.
May I press, Your Honor?
Yes.
Judge, when my client gets on screen, I spoke with Mr. Hill about that with the, he'd have to wear GPS. I think the state does not oppose changes to an OR bond and released only Bethesda on a ankle monitor for a 180-day program at their facility. And we'll waive to the grand jury the underlying charge.
State of Ohio versus Michael Anderson Jude at the Lawrence County Jail.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Jude, your lawyer, Mr. Smith, is here in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Judge. I had spoke with Mr. Jude by telephone at the jail this morning, and I've been in contact with Taylor, who reached out to me. As the court has just received the document, there is a bed reserved at Bethesda's 180-day program. I would ask my client's bond be amended to an OR bond with a specific condition he is placed with the GPS, released only to Bethesda. We would waive under that term the underlying charge to the grand jury. I've already spoken what a waiver entails, and I believe the state's on board. I think he really needs help and needs to be warehoused in jail at this point.
Mr. Hill.
The state wants to make sure that Mr. Jude understands that while we're giving him that opportunity to go to treatment, he's still going to go to the common police court through the grand jury process and still has a second-degree felony and still could go to prison. So, but I think Mr. Smith is correct that having him there in treatment in the interim before anything happens in common police court is in everybody's best interest, especially with GPS monitoring.
And I assume the lady that's standing behind you is one of the complaining parties?
Yes.
You're in agreement with this, ma'am? Anything you want to tell me before I finalize this?
No, I think they've presented all the evidence and everything, so I'm fine as well.
Okay. Mr. Jude, I want you to understand how serious this is and what an opportunity you have.
Yes, sir.
There's no guarantees. You're not even going to be in front of me. You'll be in front of a different judge. But I know a little bit about this, and I think the best thing you can do is when you show up in front of the other judge in Ironton at the Common Police Court, is that you come in with some really good recommendations from your treatment provider as to how well you've done what they've asked you to do, when they asked you to do it, how they've asked you to do it. You're not a manipulator. That's a big one. A lot of people try to manipulate the system, and they're not serious about getting clean. They just want to manipulate it and get out with the least possible consequence. That's pretty easy to see. So if you do that, that's not going to work. Just be quiet. You don't need to say anything other than you're listening to what I'm giving you some free advice. Take this serious because you're charged with a very serious offense. You could go to prison. I can almost guarantee you will go to prison if you mess around with this and and don't do well on treatment and cause problems. And believe me, I have people that do this all the time. You think, man, they've got an opportunity here to get out of maybe going to prison on a long sentence. No, they think they're smart enough that they can play games and get away with it. And that just doesn't work, okay? So I'm going to allow you to be released to Bethesda on an ankle monitor with a $5,000 signature bond. So you're going to go there with an ankle monitor for inpatient treatment. Then your case is going to be, you're waiving preliminary.
Yes, sir, we will waive it to the grand jury. I told him we would fax something for him to sign. He's
So
expecting.
you're going to sign something saying you agree your case can go to the grand jury, and you will get indicted, you will appear before a common pleas judge. It might be 2 or 3 months from now before that happens. I don't know. So you're going to have some time to prove what you can do. Take this serious, do well, get good reports. That's the best you can do. I think Mr. Smith would back me up on that.
100%, Judge, absolutely.
Okay, you have a question?
Just real quick, Judge, just a brief statement, if that's okay?
As long as you don't discuss the case like we talked about on the phone.
No, it's not the case. It's not the case.
Okay, and let me do this. Instead of you saying it, let me relay to the judge what we said, because what I say can't be used later. Judge, he's just remorseful position he finds himself in. I would say that and say no more.
Okay. Duly noted.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to, now, I can't guarantee you'll get an ankle monitor today. It's Friday. Ankle monitors are hard to come by on Fridays sometimes. So it might be Monday before you get released to Bethesda. But whenever the ankle monitor goes on, you will go to Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Shauna Colson, case number CRA 24202 at the Lawrence County Jail. Agnes Sexton will be on deck.
All right, Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor, I've had a chance to talk to Ms. Colson. After relaying the offer made by the state, we make a change of plea to an amended charge of a misdemeanor. And in exchange for that guilty plea, there would be a recommended sentence of time served. I don't know how long she's been, at least a week. We had arraignment last week, so
And there's no indication, I mean, I have a note on there that someone called in and said she had a warrant out of Florida, but it could be a misdemeanor warrant. I don't, there's no proof of a warrant here.
I'm not aware of it, Your Honor.
That's our recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're amending, it'll be under the same statute. It's going to be a misdemeanor receiving stolen property, or attempt. How are we going to do that?
That's a good question. Unauthorized use.
Unauthorized use, okay. We're going to do the statute number. Well, I've got too many apps on my phone, I can't even find the app that has the Ohio statute. Here it is.
So 2913.03. Won't load. Unauthorized use of a vehicle.
291303. All right, Ms. Colson, what's being represented to me is you have a felony, but they're going to change it from a felony receiving stolen property to an unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, which is a misdemeanor offense, and that your attorney's saying you're going to plead guilty to that charge. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, 2 misdemeanor defeats.
Yes. And then there was also, she has a traffic charge also, Mr. Smith. Driving without a license and 75 and a 55 that arose, looks like the same time.
Your Honor, we hadn't discussed, but that's a speeding offense. Ms. Colson, 75 and 55. How do you wish to plead to that as well?
And not having a license.
And you're driving without a license. You didn't have a valid license.
Correct. Can you hear us? Yeah, saw her eyes move. It's not frozen.
Ms. Colson, can you hear me? It's Tyler Smith, your attorney.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, Mr. Smith, I can hear you good.
Okay. You also have charge of driving 75 in a 55 mile an hour zone and driving without a valid license.
My driver's license doesn't expire till 25, and we handled that last week where the bond was set for $1,500 and only have to pay $150, so I am listening with respect though.
Okay, I think whether your license was valid or not really doesn't have anything to do with the expiration on the license. It's whether you had a suspended license at the time. I don't know if that's...
You want to dismiss that one, or if that makes it go away?
Yes, Your Honor.
They didn't provide me with a printout anyway.
Okay.
Well,
So
we'll be going down.
Okay, they're going to dismiss that charge, so now you only have the speeding, 75 and a 55.
And that would be a fine for the speeding charge. You plead guilty to that?
Yes, what is my, how do you say, what is my, for the speeding mile per hour charge, what is the price so I can pay the ticket once I get out?
It hasn't been set yet.
Oh,
You have to decide, you don't get to hear what the fine's going to be before you plead. You have to just plead.
It's either you're guilty or not guilty of speeding. It comes with if you plead guilty or are found guilty, it comes with a fine.
The most you can get is $150. That's the max. How do you plead, ma'am?
so to my knowledge, would I just have to pay $150 when I get out?
That's the maximum.
You don't necessarily have to pay $150. That's the most you can be made to pay.
I plead guilty to the mile hour per ticket.
Okay.
Okay. I'll impose a $50 fine on the speed offense. And then what was recommended on the unauthorized use?
Credit for time served, Your Honor.
It looks like she's been in since the 10th. So, on the, okay, that needs to be amended. Okay, on the driving without consent, I'll impose a $50 fine, court costs, 9 days in jail, credit for 9 days served, level 5 probation, review hearing October 18th. So you just have you've done your jail time, that's over. You're going to get out today, you'll have a fine and court costs to pay. Are you staying in this area or are you leaving the area?
Your Honor, I would like to stay in this area just temporarily to bless the mountain and pray to God, guys, that we're going a little bit while longer. And may I ask you a question, Your Honor? What is the revenue
No, you're welcome to stay at the mountain, but you gotta pay fine and court
I
costs.
love it here.
Well, you have, that's, pay your fine and court costs, and you won't have to come back to the review hearing in October. I think is where the judge is going with that. So if you pay it all, you don't have to come back no matter where you are in this country or any other country, okay?
October the 18th at 9 a.m. is your review hearings. You're gonna get out of jail today.
Yes, sir, Your Honor, and more importantly, I thank you, Your Honor, and I thank my attorney, and God bless us, is all I have to say. And so you're telling me, so I may reiterate, Your Honor, if I go home and don't pay to October, I need to mail everything in before October, or I can just fly back here in October and come to the court date
You can mail it in with a certified check, or if you have access to computer, which would be the easiest, you can pay online. We have a website for the court. You can go on there and pay your fine and court costs online without coming back.
Okay, but when I go home, whether I go to Arkansas or Florida or South Carolina or North Carolina, I'm always welcome back here in
Yes,
the mountains.
you are welcome back.
Okay.
I thought she had a South Carolina accent.
Basically, from North Shore, it's my air and Arkansas, and we'll give it at that one. Thank you, Your Honor. It is my pleasure and much respect. And thank you, Attorney, for getting up today. Because once I I have to go to back home to Florida or North Shore's Hemingway area or a full connection to Arkansas.
Ms. Colson, you can go anywhere you like, but you will not be allowed to stay at the jail.
I love to get connected to, I hope you all have a good Mother's Day, Father's Day, what all Portuguese fields, excuse me, but no disrespect. Thank you all. Thank you to my attorney, and I would like to promotional cards to my attorney whenever it is today. If you have more than one, that way I don't have to utilize more paper and make copies.
Okay.
All right, he'll send one down to the jail.
I'll make sure that you have one.
And I don't deserve a thank you, which is fine. That's fine.
State of Ohio versus Agnes Sexton, case number CRA 24209, CRB 24210, CRB 2349 A and B, CRB 22740. Robert Skaggs is on deck.
All right, so, ma'am, are you Agnes Sexton? Can you hear me, ma'am? You are, and I think I did it. I muted the last one, so they'll need to unmute you. I muted Ms. Colson. There we go. Now you're back on.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Judge Capper. This is what's called your arraignment hearing. A copy of your charge was faxed down to the jail this morning at 9:55, so you should have a copy of it.
Yes, I received that this morning.
Okay, so case number 24209, and there's also another one, 24210. 24209 is the most serious, so we'll go over it first. It's assault on a police officer. It alleges that in Union Township on April the 16th, you knowingly caused, or tried to cause, physical harm to Deputy Matthew Chin, and that he was a police officer. That is a felony of the 4th degree. Maximum penalties, 18 months in jail, $5,000 fine. 24210 is a disorderly conduct charge. It alleges April 16th, Union Township, while you were voluntarily intoxicated in a public place, or in the presence of more than 2 people. You engaged in conduct that was offensive to other people, caused annoyance, alarm to ordinary sensibilities who were not intoxicated. So that's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is a $150 fine on that charge. Do you understand those charges?
I did.
Then you got some older cases, 2349. That was a prior resisting arrest conviction, and you were supposed to come for a review hearing April the 17th of 2023, and so as you did not appear, so a warrant's been outstanding for you on that since last year, so it's been a year ago.
Yeah.
Then in 22740 was a domestic violence conviction, and that was set for a review hearing on April of last year. So there's been warrants outstanding on those 2 cases for a year. Do you understand the new charges filed against you and the old charges that it's alleged you didn't appear on?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
I do not.
Do you have a job?
Stay at home mother. Got a 5-year-old at home.
Where's the child now?
He's at home.
With? Okay.
I did too, I did some outpatient care, you have to do some outpatient care with Riverside, I did stick with that for quite a while.
I'm going to appoint Tyler Smith to represent you. Tyler Smith, please come to the court. Okay, Mr. Smith is going to be your lawyer. He's in the courtroom right now. This is Agnes Sexton. She's got, the most serious charge is a assault on a police officer. And she's got some older cases alleged she comes here for review.
All right.
What's the state's position on bond for Ms. Sexton?
Well, Your Honor, this reads as a kind of a serious situation. Apparently, Ms. Sexton was in a residence where she didn't really have any reason to be there, nobody that she knows there. And I think she had her little boy with her, and she was...
I apologize, I lived across the street.
All right, Ms. Sexton, I'm going to advise you not to talk about your case. We just need to get a bond set, and we can deal with your case later at another date.
Okay, thank you.
And it's alleged that she was intoxicated and knocking on somebody's door.
She was sent to treatment on the previous cases.
Yeah, so it appears that we would ask that her release would be dependent on her agreeing to go to treatment.
With an ankle monitor or without?
Well, I don't know.
She failed to appear before.
Yes, that probably would be appropriate.
Okay, Ms. Sexton, the state has recommended that for you to be released today, it'd be on a GPS monitor and for you to be assessed with some kind of treatment.
So when do I get the monitor?
Whenever one's available. I don't know if there will be one available
It
today.
could be today, or it could be Monday. Does anyone have female beds?
And you said I do get out today?
If they have a monitor for you today, yeah.
Do you want to call down and talk to her? Or? Let's just set it for Monday, and that way if she gets out. And
Oh, come on, please let me go home today. If y'all want me to come in today, down to the courthouse, I'll get the monitor on today. Please.
Okay, hold on.
Listen, Ms.
Just listen, don't say anything, just listen. I'm going to let you out today if you can get a monitor, but I'm not the one that puts the monitor on you, okay? The monitors are controlled by the Common Police Court Adult Probation. And sometimes on Fridays we can get a monitor placed and sometimes we can't. They may not even have a monitor. We only have a limited number of monitors. They may all be out. So if there's one available and we get them to do it, then you'll go to treatment today. You're not going home, you're going to treatment. Do you understand
If I
that?
don't get a monitor, I gotta go to treatment?
No, if you get a monitor, you're going to go to treatment. If you don't get a monitor, you're staying in the jailhouse
For how long?
until you get a monitor.
What?
Because you didn't come to court before, I can't trust you to come to court now. So I'm putting an ankle monitor on you.
I thought you said you was letting me go home today.
I didn't say that, you said that. I never said a word about you going
I'm
home.
confused now, Mr. Gaffer. thought you said if I get them on it, you're.
Okay, I'm setting bond for you at $10,000, cash or surety, and your next hearing is Monday.
You said if I do get a monitor, I can go.
Nope, I just changed it, because you want to argue with me,
I
so.
don't want to argue with you, I want to.
April 22nd is your next hearing. See you Monday. Dry out this weekend.
State of Ohio versus Robert Skaggs, case number CRB 24-212.
She's not ready to go to treatment.
And Jamal Smith is on deck.
I'm saving her a prison sentence, because if I put a monitor on her, send her to treatment, and she runs and cuts the monitor, she would go to prison. So she's not ready to accept it yet. She needs to sit there and dry out for a while. I've seen it happen before.
When's it set for?
Monday, 22nd. All right, sir, you're Robert Skaggs. Okay, something's happened to the video. It's all blurry now. I don't know what. There it comes. Now it's focusing back in. Okay, I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment hearing. It's good now. Okay. Yeah, he's good. This is what's called an arraignment hearing for you, which is the first appearance on a case. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything during this process, but what you say is all on the record. So your audio and video is all being recorded. So if you admit something about the case, the state can use that against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand this charge, or this, your rights? Do you understand your rights I just explained? Your charge is theft, and it's from Lowe's. It's alleged that on April the 15th in Fayette Township that you purposely deprived Lowe's of property without their consent. It's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
At this time, Your Honor?
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
No, currently I do not.
State's position on bond.
State would not oppose an OR bond, Your Honor.
Okay, is this address correct? 1421 County Road 12?
No, it's not, Your Honor.
What's your correct address?
1633 Jenkins Lane, West Portsmouth, sir.
Jenkins Lane?
Yes,
And what was the city?
West Portsmouth.
West Portsmouth.
Yes, sir. The zip code will be 45663.
Still okay with an OR bond?
Probably needs some sort of a bond, $1,000 cash surety.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 cash or surety. Can you post a bond? And I'll appoint Roger Smith. I'm appointing you lawyer Roger Smith.
Sir, I have a warrant out of Sauter County. I was hoping to get away from here.
Oh, okay. Well, you wouldn't be able to get out of jail anyway.
Right. That's what I was hoping to go in and get that taken care of.
We might be able to resolve this today if his primary interest is getting out of the Lawrence County Jail, going to Sauter County.
You want to make an offer on the record?
Yes, Your Honor, if he were to, I mean, this happened on April 15th. I'm assuming he was in jail since then.
Yes.
There's not any restitution due. We would, if he pled guilty, our recommendation would be, however many days that is, just 4 days in jail, fine and community service.
That would be fine, sir.
Sounds good to me, Judge.
All right, so you want to change your plea, Mr. Skaggs, to guilty to the theft offense?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
When would the community service, but like after I get that taken care of in Portsmouth?
Yeah, well, since you live in Portsmouth, you can do it at the Portsmouth Municipal Court.
Okay.
They have a community service program. You can do it there. You just have to tell them to report it to us, and we'll give you credit for whatever hours you do there. Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. Skaggs?
I guess that would be it. So this will be resolved now.
You're going to get out of jail today. Well, you'll probably have to go to Scioto County. If you got a warrant there, they're not going to release you. You'll get out of our jail. You'll be going to Scioto County if you got a warrant in Scioto County.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I'll impose a $100 fine. Order you to pay the court costs, 10 days in jail. I'll suspend 6, give you credit for 4 you've already served. Order you to do 30 hours community service. Stay out of Lowe's. I think this is the first person I've ever ordered to stay out of Lowe's.
Don't know many.
I've ordered thousands to stay out of Walmart.
I don't think it's hurting the bottom line.
Your review hearing is October the 18th. We have review hearings here, Mr. Skaggs. And what that means is I'm going to review your file on October the 18th. That gives you all summer to get this done. If you pay your fines and court costs and do your community service for October the 18th, you don't have to show up. But if you haven't done it, you got to show up. If you haven't done it and you don't show up, I'm going to issue a warrant for you. So just take care of it. Get it done. You don't have to worry about the review hearing. If you don't get it done for some reason, you got to show up for your hearing and explain why you didn't get it finished.
All right.
Okay, so any questions, sir? Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Javal Smith, case number CRB 24214, and Timothy Summers is on deck.
Sir, are you Jamal Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Smith, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. We're doing your hearing by teleconference, so you're appearing in the courtroom on a monitor, and it's all being recorded, what you say and what I say. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, the state can use it against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed. If you can't afford one, to have bail, to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, sir.
You're charged with a theft offense. It alleges that on April 17th, 2024, at the Speedway in Fayette Township, you deprived them of property without their consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead? You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty.
That means you're, okay. Eligible for a court-appointed attorney. Do you want a court-appointed attorney? Well, if you plead not guilty, it's that issue. Well, let's ask the prosecutor to see what he would recommend if you pled guilty. So that way you have an idea of what's being recommended. And he wants to know what would be recommended if he pled guilty.
And there was a theft from
Theft from
Speedway.
Speedway.
Well, I don't know how long he's been in jail, but he
Since
gets...
the 17th, so 2 days.
Get some credit for that, and a fine and some community service would be our recommendation.
You hear that, Mr. Smith?
And get out of jail today.
Said you'll take it?
I'll take that, community service, fine.
Okay, that means you got plead guilty. Do you want to?
Probably released today.
More than likely, but that's the state's recommendation. I don't have to follow it, but they get to recommend. I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to sentence you until I actually sentence you.
Yeah, I'll put guilty to that.
Is there anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
No, sir, just, sorry for doing it. It's embarrassing, it never happened again, and I just need to get my community service plan instead of get it.
Is there any restitution on this involved with cell phone, right?
We don't have any indication from them that there's restitution due. What are you looking for?
Okay, I'll sentence you to a $100 fine and court costs, 10 days in jail, suspend 8, give you credit for 2, order you to do 5 days of community service. We have a community service program here at the court. You live in South Point, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can come to the court any day other than Sunday at 7:30 and do community service. And get credit for a day. You got 5 days to do.
Okay.
And you're on probation. Make it level 5 probation for 2 years just to ensure you do this. Your review hearing is October the 18th at 9 a.m. You got to show up to court then if you haven't finished everything. If you paid your court costs, fine, and done your community service, you don't have to appear on October the 18th.
Okay.
And at any time you don't know what you're supposed to do, you can call the court, come by the court, or go online. We have a website, Lawrence County Municipal Court. Google that, it'll pop up. You can put your name in the record search, and it'll show you what you were ordered to do. If you forgot how much you have to do, and what your court date is.
Okay.
Any questions, sir? Yes, sir. Unless you got a warrant from someplace else I don't know about.
No, I don't.
Okay, you'll get out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Summers, case number CRA 24-190 A and B.
It's Mr. Nash's case. And he's still in the jail.
Your Honor, if I may, he was released and we arrested him on Tuesday.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Oh, he was discharged from treatment.
Yes. Your Honor, I tried to get him set up with detox through foundations. He refused. I talked to Mr. Major. Mr. Major said bring him in.
Okay. So how do you want to proceed now, Mr. Field? This is a felony.
Is this one that had already gone to the...
He was released to go to RRS. They wanted him to go, and it's an F1. They wanted him to go to Foundations for detox, and he refused to go.
And he was very argumentative when he came in here.
Not good.
He's already waived to the grand jury. So I don't even know if this court has continuing jurisdiction over that or not.
I don't. So he can sit there until, he's got a $25,000 cash or surety bond now.
If I may, Your Honor.
My understanding is that Mr. Summers thought that he would receive methadone, and that's not part of the program. And so I'm not sure what happened as far as behavior, but he was returned to the jail. He does have the appropriate attitude now to return to treatment. We have obtained placement with the counseling center. Mr. Tarvin's not here, but he did leave his card. He said, we're able to take him, and Mr. Summers has, as I indicated, the appropriate attitude to go. As for jurisdiction, this court does have jurisdiction pursuant to Criminal Rule 5, subsection B8, and that is until the Common Pleas Court has a transcript of what happened. So jurisdiction is here, and he does have the appropriate attitude to go to treatment. We'd ask that he be permitted to do that.
I'll do it if the state agrees. If they don't agree, I won't. It's up to you, Mr. Hewitt.
Well, okay, so was he ordered on the GPS monitoring?
He was, so that's off now.
So he's already waived to the grand jury. If he goes to, he's apparently had a change of attitude. We're not opposed to it, Your Honor, as long as he gets the GPS monitoring.
And adult probation was fine with him going to Foundations with the ankle monitor.
Okay. All right, so I'll do an order allowing him release to the counseling center with an ankle monitor placed, and then on to the grand jury.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Your Honor, it's going to be next week before they get an ankle.
We've ordered a bunch of them today, so I don't know.
Okay.
One, it's hard to get them on Fridays.
Yes.
Two, there may not be any there available, so I'll have to sit and wait till he gets an ankle monitor.
Okay. I'll get a hold of the counseling center, just let them know maybe sometime next week.
And probably a good idea to check in with adult probation too. That's who's going to place the ankle
So when do I get out of jail? It goes to the county.
when you get an ankle monitor.
Okay.
Thank you again, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, that finishes up with the jail.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I've just gotten a message here through the office in Ironton about Mr. Jamal Smith that was just up, that pled guilty to the offense at Speedway.
He has another charge?
No, apparently there's something wrong with the charge and that they don't want us to go forward with it now. So I don't know what it is. All I've got is this note that we got an urgent call from the prosecutor's office that it was not a theft from Speedway. Somehow it ended up that way, and I don't know what the particulars are.
Okay, well, can somebody find out? I've already sentenced them on that, so.
I know.
The theft was at an individual at Speedway.
Oh.
And the report.
It was a cell phone, right?
Yeah, but they want us to nollie the charge. We'll have to find out.
Okay, if you want to nollie it, just want to enter a nollie now?
That's what I've been told, and without any other information, I just have to trust that there are smarter people looking at this than me, so.
We'll go back and nollie it, and then he's still going to get released. He'll get released on a nollie rather than a suspended sentence. Yes, we're finished. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
copy of the order was that you released to the counseling center where they go on for a would you like some other order?
Was that the one that Manchester?
Yes.
That's fine, and if I want to add anything, I'll do it when it comes up here.
State of Ohio recalls Casey Burton, case number CRB 24129.
All right, it's a good screen. No problem. Anything else you want to say, Ms. Burton?
I just want to say that I'm really sorry. I want to be a good example for my students, and I want to better myself. I wanted to mention, we moved the court date up. Thank you guys for working with that, because we're going to be moving to Arizona, Lord's willing, in May, because I have a job with the National Park Service, and I've been mortified that I've ruined that for us, because this is what we've kind of been working for.
Okay. Well, hopefully it works out, and Mr. Morford can discuss this with you further. There is a procedure at some point, if you don't have any further offenses, you could have this expunged from your record.
Yes, sir. We've talked about that.
I've talked with her about that, Judge.
Okay. All right, I'll impose a $100 fine and court costs. 10 days in jail, all suspended on the condition that you do 5 days community service. I'll let you do that where you're living. If you're living in Arizona, you can do it there. You just have to do it for a legitimate charitable organization.
Sorry, I was going to say, we're not moving till May, and I was
That's fine.
hoping to start it tomorrow here.
Oh, you can do it here.
And
That
then
would be
do it
great.
all next week and just get it, and pay all the fees and everything too.
That would be wonderful. I'll set a review hearing for October the 18th. You won't have to come back as long as you get it all done. Your fees, your fines, court costs, community service done, you don't have to be here.
Yes, sir.
That's at 9 o'clock on October the 18th. That's all. See Mr. Cooper before you leave.
Then we'll go pay the fees and everything now?
Yes.
Okay. And then I can come tomorrow to do community
You can talk
service?
to Josh Cooper this morning.
Okay.
Sign it up and keep your record.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good luck with your new job.
State of Ohio recalls Mark Jude, case number CRB 24142.
This is a recall after Mr. Morford and Mr. Jude spoke. How do you want to proceed, Mr. Morford?
Judge, can we approach maybe?
Yes.
Do you want me to go?
Good. Mr. Hill.
Okay.
Mr. Hill.
He's saying he should attend the thing. I mean, he could have the or no conflict. But he can't. Then he can't get up and say, why didn't you attend? I think that's what it's going to be. You can't do it. If he's saying it's a mistake, so it's my understanding we're just going to set this for a trial.
This was a mistake. Yes, Judge.
Okay. This is the first pretrial, so we don't have any time problems.
No, Your Honor. I don't think so.
May 17th for trial at noon.
I'm not going to be here that day, Your Honor.
Well, that's a good time for this meeting. Does anybody else in that office say I would try a case? Or I can set it another time.
I just, it's my responsibility, and I just don't like to hand stuff off. And I don't know if that's right for me to do that or not, but.
May 24th. Back then. Is that a good?
Yes, I'll be.
May 24th. Is that good, Mr. Morford?
Yes, Your Honor.
May 24th, noon for trial.
State of Ohio versus James Childers, case number CRA 23483, A and B.
And this was on the trial docket for today, but I've been told that there may be a resolution.
Yes, Judge, we've had a chance, we've pre-tried this extensively, and we've come to a resolution subject to your approval.
And our victim is here too, and she wants to be present.
Okay, so that's, is it Chastity, Polly, is that right?
Yes, and she'll be here. She's in our office.
And there's a resisting also.
Yes, Judge, we have a resolution in both cases.
Okay.
In my understanding, the agreement that I've reached with the state is that the M4 domestic violence be amended to an M4 menacing charge. He would enter a no contest plea without stipulation of facts sufficient to find him guilty. The same, he would enter a plea to the resisting, no contest, stipulation of facts sufficient to find him guilty. A fine up to the court. We talked about no community service. He lives in Logan, West Virginia now. He's been there some time. He's not in this area anymore. And he would consent to a stay-away order, which the state's asking him to sign. He will do that. He has no reason to have any contact with him.
Yeah, this has been pending for a while.
It has. And there's a children's services case. We kind of went back and forth, but we've talked and they get this resolved so we can focus on that children's services case. It does not involve this lady. It's a different.
All right, Ms. Polly, anything you want to tell me about this?
I just hope that you're able to hold him accountable for his actions.
Okay, and I'll need to hear more about it to know, because I know nothing about what's alleged to have happened. So the state's agreeing to amend the charge from domestic violence to menacing, which means theft, threatening, basically, behavior, which is a 4th degree misdemeanor, which is the same level offense that the domestic violence is. So the penalty could be the same under that. And of course, the resisting is not, you weren't involved with that, but you were a victim on the menacing.
Your Honor, if I may interject just a little bit to give the court some understanding. Mr. Childers and Ms. Polly have been in a relationship, and Mr. Childers had been residing at Ms. Polly's residence. And she decided that since it was her residence, that she wanted to evict Mr. Childers from the residence, and she actually sought advice from an attorney, and I think she got partial advice. She got the advice about the 30-day notice that you have to do before the filing the eviction, and she felt she had done what she needed to do to evict him, and she changed the locks. They got into an argument. He came home, the locks were on the door.
Was this in Huntington or over here?
Over here.
It was here, Judge.
Because he has a Huntington, West Virginia address on that.
It's now Chapmanville, Logan?
Correct. Yes, sir.
So he'd been living here at her address. And so he forced his way into the house and scared her to death and said things that were frightening to her, caused her fear. But he had a right to be in the house still because he hadn't been evicted, and he still lived there. Well,
I'm not sure I agree with that.
He hadn't been served the eviction yet, I guess is.
You're telling me a boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's her house, and he's living with her, she's got to formally evict him? I ain't buying that. No, I don't agree with that. That makes no sense to me. So, no, I'm not going along with that.
Well, nonetheless.
I think she has the right to say, get the heck out of here and don't come back. And that's what happened, ma'am?
Absolutely.
And he still came back.
He did come back.
So tell me more, what happened when he came back, other than he broke in the locks that you have?
Specifically, she can tell you what was said.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, when he came back, he took his flathead screwdriver and hammer and tried going into the door. I went up to the door and I said, "What are you doing? You don't live here anymore. Please leave me alone." He refused, stated he does live here and he's not going anywhere, and that the paper that I wrote out didn't mean shit. I asked him to go to his sister's. He refused. He then started banging the door again. So I went back to my
With a
bedroom.
hammer, is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Your Honor. So I went back to my bedroom, I locked the door, and I called the cops again. Bob, their uncle, I was telling him about the situation. He had called the cops once already. I heard James come through the window, and he started getting my chopsticks, trying to pick the lock on my door. He started banging on the
Well,
door.
let's go back up. He came through the window. How did he come through the window?
There was one window that unfortunately I didn't know the screen was broken on it, and it was unlocked, and he basically lifted through and opened the window and came through one of the back bedrooms.
Okay.
I was shocked. I did ask him how he came in. When I found out he came through the window, that basically answered that. At that point, though, I was in the bedroom with the door locked, and so he started getting the chopsticks that I had in the kitchen, and he broke two of them trying to pick the lock on the door. At that rate, I opened up the door because I didn't want him to break my door. He came in the room, he was in my face, he said I had a lot to learn about life, he called me a bitch and a cunt multiple times. He said that he wasn't going anywhere and I could call the cops and they were going to help him. And that he had a right to stay there and they weren't going to do anything. When the cops came 20 minutes later, I just stayed in the bed. I didn't aggravate him. I didn't want to cause any more trouble. He followed me all the way to the kitchen on my tail until we were separated by the police. And that is what happened that night.
Okay, and what did the police do?
They first were telling me that he had a right to be there after separating us. They did put him in a police car. They did search him and found his meth pipe. I just want to note that 2 weeks prior to that happening, I found meth under my bed as well, which was another reason why I wanted to move forward with getting him out of my house because he was lying to me about it. Another cop had showed up, which was, I believe, Deputy Riley, if I'm saying the names correctly. He asked me about 5 different times if I felt safe. Mainly because he saw a lot of my anxiety and how I was freaking out about the situation because I knew that if I stayed there, there would be a chance that it could have escalated. So they were able to tell me to write a report after asking me the questions of what happened that night, same thing that I told you. They decided to go after him with the domestic violence.
And then he resisted arrest, which Deputy Riley's here too.
Let's get him in. I'd like to hear what he has to say. Hello, Deputy.
How you doing?
I'm better than I deserve. Tell me what happened when you tried to arrest Mr. Childers.
I opened my patrol car door, the rear door. I told him he was under arrest for domestic violence, and he started to pull away from him.
Did he resist more than just pulling away, or?
Yes. We actually ended up going to the ground, and I couldn't get his hands behind his back. Deputy Barker came over and helped me get his hands behind his back.
All right. Mr. Smith, anything, you want to ask any questions, or?
No, Judge, no, not, I would have my client, you want to address the court? Okay, he doesn't want to say anything, Judge.
Okay, what was recommended, what's the recommended sentence?
60 days in jail suspended, no contact order.
Fine up to the court.
Yeah.
Court cost.
Okay, Mr. Childers, you have a right to make a statement if you want. Do you have any statement you wish to make?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to accept the recommendation that's being made. I think this warrants jail time. So I'm going to, on the be amended, I'll allow it to be amended to menacing. So that should be, what's the revised code?
2903.22, Your Honor.
2903.22. I'll impose a $250 fine. Order the cost be paid. 30 days in jail, and I'll suspend 25. And I'll order 30 hours of community service. And he can do that wherever he's located. Review hearing October the 18th. Level 4 probation. On the resisting is the A case. That's a $300 fine on the resisting. No cost because it went on the menacing. Uh, 45 days in jail. And I'll suspend 40. Another 5 days of community service. So you got a total of 10 days of community service.
Judge, can he do that in the Logan, West Virginia area where he resides, if it's a legitimate charity, or work with probation here?
He can do it there for a legitimate charity. He can do it for the court if they'll allow it and they report it to us. He's commanded in the hands of the sheriff this time for 5 days.
We need to know his current address for the protection order too.
James, what's your current address down in Logan?
59 Dutchwood Lane.
59 Dutchwood Lane?
Correct.
Logan?
Yes, sir.
Zip?
2550.
Thank you.
2550. Thank you, Deputy. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge Capper.
Thank you.
59 Dutchwood Lane, Logan, West Virginia, 25508.
Is he on 2 years probation? Because I have to have the years to put him on protection. That's how long it's valid.
Here, this says 25601.
State of Ohio versus Sean Woods, case number TRC 23811A and D. A through D.
Your Honor, I'm standing in for Mr. McCown on that case today. I've called for Mr. Woods several times, I haven't found him. Mr. Gwynn,
Mr. McCann had him called up Monday, I think we set this for 8:10.
wait, it's my understanding that it actually didn't get continued, but maybe there was an intention that it be continued.
He's an outpatient client, but he's non-compliant. He hasn't been showing up for services for weeks.
I think there may have been a misunderstanding by Mr. Woods about whether he had to be here today or not. I can't speak to that because he's not my client, but.
Well, there was an entry that was submitted continuing, and I refused to sign it because I also had a report saying he was non-compliant.
Right.
That's why I would not agree to the continuation.
And that's why Mr. McCown asked me to stand in for him today, but then I get here and I don't find Mr. Woods.
So what I'm going to do, he's got 7 days to report on the warrant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Patrick S. Jones, case number TRC 19378, A, B, and C.
This is sentencing. Mr. Smith's case.
He's compliant with everything, Your Honor.
Okay, it's a good report on his treatment. He still has community service and fines and costs to pay.
I went to community service yesterday, and I'm going to pay 25 on my fines today.
Okay. I'll put you down for that. You still have more to do on your community service.
How many more days, sir?
Well, you had 42 hours, so you did a 6-hour day yesterday?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so you got 36 hours, 6 days.
He done a good job, we didn't miss him.
Good.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, so now, okay, so at one point I'd set a bond forfeiture for Monday, so that's canceled. He has appeared. So we just need to set a notice of sentencing here. So about a month, Mr. Smith?
I'm sorry.
A month out?
Oh, yes, Judge, I'm here the 17th, which is not quite a month, that May 17th day.
That's getting pretty ahead.
I can go, let's see, I'm here Monday, the 20th, I'm here.
May 20th.
I'm here.
Sentencing May 20th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Leslie D. Southern, 23708. Leslie Southern.
It's Mr. Smith's case. She's been at RRS.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been sick.
Oh, no.
I've been trying to wear a mask so I don't spread it around.
Appreciate that.
Is Mr. Gwynn, he was here.
He was just,
We need Mr. Gwynn in the courtroom. Mr. Gwynn?
question on that last day, Mr. Childers, he might have spent a couple days in jail. Is that 5 days additional where he get credit for the couple
Give
days?
him credit for whatever he's.
I'll have to confirm with the jail.
Find that out.
I will find out.
Sorry, Your Honor.
You're fine. Leslie Southern. See, I think I got, did I get a text on that? I've got,
May I approach, Your Honor?
yes. Okay, thank you.
She's also compliant with Thrive.
Okay, that's, I thought I got a text from Juanita Ross that she was compliant. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
You got some rest. I got your doctor's excuse. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. I'm so tired of being sick.
So I actually don't think we're on the sentencing docket, but I think we just keep continuing until she's get to a point where we think she's finished. I guess, I don't think we're there yet.
No.
You've come a long way since January. I see
Yes.
your screen in January, you're doing
She's
really
done
well.
tremendously
compared to that.
better.
Yeah,
So, good job.
thank you.
We just set, what did we set, May 24th for you?
But we done May 20th, Judge, but I could do 20, either one, 20, 24th, either one.
May 20th, and May 20th, the sentencing. Good job, Ms. Suthers, keep it up.
Thank you.
Go get some rest.
Okay, thank you.
See ya.
State of Ohio versus Linda L. Carpenter, case number TRC 23-1792, A and B.
Your Honor, today is not my day. I've not seen Ms. Carpenter this morning. That is surprising because she has been pretty diligent about showing up. I'm not going to say she's never failed to appear. She's been going on for a while, but I don't recall her failing to appear in the past. What we've been dealing with her case is this is what we're trying to get her into some treatment, and she's got sort of two issues that are kind of binding her up. One being that she has some medical conditions that have given a few places pause about taking her on an inpatient basis, and two, she has a form of insurance that almost nobody takes. So we're having to find a place that both will accommodate her medically and will take her insurance, which has been a struggle. She's already pled on this. We're here for sentencing. I'm wondering if maybe she found a place and got into it, but whatever the reason, she's not here. I'm going to go ahead and ask for a brief continuance. Like I said, she's been good about keeping in touch with me in the past, so I'd like a brief continuance to try to figure out what's going on and either get her here or get some proof that she's gotten into treatment.
Mr. Hill.
We're not opposed to that, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I apologize. I think I had 1 out of 7 today.
What's a brief continuance?
Well,
we have 27 brief. Judge Fermeen's needs broken in. We've let him go easy. We want to shoot for 30 pretrials.
On which day, Your Honor?
Next Friday.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Really? Okay.
I'm here anyway. I don't know if it's going to make a difference to my day.
Okay, 1 week, April 26th.
Thank you.
Tell him to bring his lunch with him.
I think he is viewing on YouTube because he mentioned to me that my clicking is annoying.
You're doing that purposely to annoy him?
I am now.
He's sending him messages in Morse code.
State of Ohio versus Kelly R. Mintz, case number CRV 2366, A, B, and C, CRV 18326.
Okay, so this was actually a review, and it looks like you were supposed to be here on April the 11th.
Yes, sir. I have in my calendar today, the 11th was a Thursday. I'm not sure
It
where
is, so
the confusion was.
that had to be wrong. So we'll just forget that. We'll say
I had it
you're
saved
here.
as today, but I'm not, but I
You're here
wasn't.
today, and that's what counts.
Your Honor, Mr. Major May said that to set him on Thursday.
Okay. But anyway, you're here now, and you still have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I haven't made much progress, but I am doing good at home. I just have, the kid's dad left, so I'm just alone with the kids, and I don't have any family. So I'm just like, everything's just going slow right now. I haven't been able to pay all my fines or do community service right now.
Okay, when can you do that? Can you pay anything today?
No, not really. I'm supposed to start back working soon. I'm like trying to get daycare figured out, but it's just so expensive. And I was at the homeless shelter for a while, but I just got a permanent residence in.
Which homeless shelter were you
in Huntington.
The city mission or what?
Yeah, the city
Okay.
mission. And I just
How
got.
was that?
It was okay. It was. I mean, there was a lot of people.
I have a lot of people that wind up going there. I just wondered what your experience was.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on like drugs, and I just like, but I stayed to myself and kept my kids away from all those people, and
Well,
just
know
did
there's
what
a
I
big-
had to do.
There's a big homeless / substance use issue in our community, so a lot of people wind up at the mission.
Yeah, but I do have, I did get an apartment of my own now, and I have my like proof of residence and things to get help with daycare through the state. So hopefully soon I'll have the daycare figured out and be able to work like a full-time job, because I do DoorDash here and there whenever I can, just like to support me and the kids for now.
How many kids do you have?
2. He had a dentist appointment today. He's usually he doesn't come with me, but usually he's at school when I come to court. But yeah, I'm trying.
Are you living in Huntington now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll withdraw the warrant. I'll give you another hearing date.
Okay.
Does it matter Probably doesn't matter if it's a Monday or Friday to you.
No, either one.
Margaret, you may want to talk to her, help her. Let's make it a Tuesday. It'll be a lighter docket, we won't have to wait as long usually. May 28th. May 28th at 9 o'clock.
I just checked out your new website. That's really cool that, the docket and all that's on there. That makes it
It is.
really convenient. I like that. I didn't even, know that you guys had that until.
You can actually watch court on there. There's a link to a YouTube channel. And that's-
Oh, I have done that. I have looked it up on YouTube before, if I
Mr.
forgot.
Heald loves the YouTube channel because now he can click his pen and send signals to.
Well, and the other thing is that I've gained kind of a following.
It's
I have a
right.
fan base. I'm an influencer.
You'll be on X next, right?
County of Ohio versus Brian Montroso, case number CRB 1733, CRB 15543, A and B, CRB 14593.
Mr. Montroso,
Yes, sir.
thank you for coming in. Can you pay anything on your fines?
Yes, sir.
What?
10.
Okay. May 20th is your next hearing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And that's the sentencing, because Gary's got a bond up for you, doesn't he? So, and he knows where you are.
Right. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls James Childers. Back in hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Judge, I had checked with the deputy up front, he called to the jail. He was arrested August 11th, released on August 19th. So if there's treasure time served, that would be, I know the court's decision filed yesterday, starting with 8 days is done. I wanted to clarify that before I left.
Okay, I want to confirm it myself.
Okay. Yes, I did have the deputy call for that.
Okay, I don't need him out here. No, he stays back there. I'll confirm it after court.
I'm sorry, the Christian Montrose says sentencing.
He has a bond up.
State of Ohio versus Belinda Fuller, case number CRB 21753, he's also involved in trial.
Just brother.
Just brother.
Okay.
So Glenda Fuller, did she have a failure to appear? back
She's
in-
your old
Yeah,
case. Yeah, she had failure to appear a long time ago.
May 20th of 22, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
I keep good notes.
That's amazing.
Well, I just looked at it.
Belinda Fuller.
Thought you were a savant.
Oh, I don't have a memory like that. Oh.
So, and her case is still pending. She was going to treatment while the case was pending.
She was at the land of Goshen, is
Yeah,
where
she was there at one point. Land of Goshen's the last report I have, April 25th, 2022.
Oh.
Have you had a chance to talk with her?
Oh, I didn't know she was in custody.
Okay. Let's have you talk, let you talk with your lawyer. What I'm looking at, she had, this case has got some age on it, but she had a resisting arrest and a disorderly conduct where the case is charges pending. She had went to treatment, was at Land of Goshen. So it looks like there was some sort of relapse, and then she didn't appear for a hearing on May 20th of 22. So, you want to file?
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Charles H. Dennison, case number CRB 23566, ABC and D.
All right, this is on a motion that was filed on Mr. Dennison's case from, you're Ms. Justice, I think?
Yes, Your Honor, good morning.
Asking for additional time. I had ordered him to report to commence his jail sentence on Monday, I believe, unless the Court of Appeals granted him a stay. So that was about a month. I gave him about a month to seek that. I don't think, as far as I know, the Court of Appeals has not issued any orders or anything. So what's the state's position on this?
Well, Your Honor, Ms. Justice filed a request for a stay in the Court of Appeals on, I believe, the 16th of April, and we responded one day later on the 17th. So the Court of Appeals has had that for 2 days now and can issue an order at any time. We don't see any reason why this court needs to modify its prior orders. So what was anticipated would be done was done.
All right, Ms. Justice, I'll let you, if you want to argue or state your position, I'll hear it now.
If I may, Your Honor, thank you so much. As explained in our motion, I was retained and upon retainment filed not only the notice to appeal, but also a motion for stay. That was filed, the notice of appeal was filed on the 15th, the motion was filed on the 16th. Have a discussion with the clerk's office about the need to give them an opportunity to process, do the work they need to do, and get that over to the common pleas clerk, which they did. That's why I needed to wait a day to file the motion for stay in the Court of Appeals to give the clerk's office time to assign a case number so that the Court of Appeals would know what the matter was even about. As Mr. Hield suggested, since that time the matter is now pending in the Court of Appeals, who now has jurisdiction over the matter. And my understanding is yesterday the Court of Appeals was traveling. They were in Ross County for oral arguments. So they have not yet had the physical opportunity to review the matter, which, as I mentioned, is currently pending. So that's why I filed the motion here asking if the court would consider extending its stay to allow the Court of Appeals time, which, as Mr. Hield indicated, could be, just a matter of a few days. I would not anticipate the Court of Appeals taking a long time to rule on that matter. It's just simply a measure of letting the process run its course. I'll note that the appellate deadline to file was Monday, the 22nd. So it was filed timely and was filed ahead of the appellate deadline for the notice of appeal. So thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Well, I'm not going to grant your motion, and I had stated at the time, whatever the date was, about approximately a month ago in March, whenever we were last here, that I would grant the defendant a month to seek a stay, that I would not grant a stay, because I've looked at the rules for the Court of Appeals. Before you can even seek a stay from them, you have to have an order from the trial court saying, I'm not going to grant a stay, and I've already put that order on saying I'm not going to grant a stay. So that gives them jurisdiction. And they can enter a stay at any time they want. I mean, there's a very famous case, I don't remember, I think it's in Judge Ballard's courtroom. There's a picture of our county commission, two of our county commissioners being walked to the jail by the then sheriff because Judge Burwell got mad at them for he wanted to buy new furniture or something, and he ordered them to jail. And the sheriff went and got them and walked them to jail. The Court of Appeals issued an order the same day releasing them from jail. My point being is they can enter an order at any time they want. They can enter an order today and within an hour, but it's up to them, and that's, the ball is in their court. If they want to issue a stay, they can issue a stay. I'm not issuing a stay. So we'll wait till Monday. This case is set then for Mr. Dennison to report. If the Court of Appeals enters a stay of that, then I'll honor it. If they don't, then he's got to be here and start his sentence. So your motion is denied.
Thank you.
And the case will stay on the docket for Monday. for him to report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm supposed to meet with counsel.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, well, Mr. Stratton is dealing with Ms. Fuller back in, no, I hear him still talking. I'm going to meet with counsel on those two cases that they want to discuss in chambers, and then we'll come back. So, court's in recess.
Mr. Stratton's one of the lawyers.
Mr. Stratton is the one for this case.
Lordy, what a day.
I thought it was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I wrote it in like 5 minutes too, so just so you
It's
know.
still fresh.
I was inspired. I have a couple of things. This was from Matt Vital on that case that he's representing.
Yes.
It has something to do with discovery or something.
And received. Search in, took statement. Okay, I understand. You heard about it.